Evening. This is David Lynn, also known as your Purple Principal, and welcome to Coffee Talk number 182. Please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. And I hope everyone is having a wonderful Thursday evening. For me, it is the end of a work week. I have Good Friday off, and I will also have April Fool's Day off the day after Easter Sunday. Welcome, Uncle Al, and welcome, Claudette. Good to have you here. Same thing with you, Utah Mike. Thank you for coming. KP Heathen, my friend from Louisiana. The Bud Files. So, another week passed, another school week passed. Interesting week. And got my grading done. Got my grade book in the computerized grade book updated. I did my behavioral 360. I think I got it all done for the week. I'm thinking about all the stuff. I had a couple of arts. I had a couple of annual reviews this week, so I had to do a lot of paperwork, online paperwork for special education students, and just trying to take care of the basics. Holly Ivans, good evening, Holly. If you if you see me start to zone out, it's like I'm thinking, did I get everything done? Did I do it? Did I do everything? Did I get everything done? I did lesson plans for Monday, so no, excuse me, Tuesday because I'm off Monday. So when I come back, I've got work already run off, packets already put together for that first day, so I can work on, the rest of the week when I get back. Um, I'm at that stage in life where I don't like to take work home. I'm not getting paid any extra to take work home. I'm there in the morning at about 7 o'clock. I'm there till a little after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I usually eat lunch in my room, so I'm not going out for 30 minutes or whatever for a lunch break. I have a conference period every day. I usually am in my room for my conference period. I'm taking care of business. I get to work. Teachers are required to be at work by 8 o'clock, and I get there around 7. So, that's an extra hour I'm putting in, taking care of my business. So I don't need to do it at home. And I'm having a old school Diet Coke from a Speedy Stop. I stopped and got gas for my 1999 25-year-old GMC Jimmy. Excellent. And I had I took an image of it. I had a cheeseburger all the way on jalapeno toast, French fries, used spicy ketchup, had jalapenos with it, all the good stuff. That was my supper after I got out of work. Um, so you're on a 3-mile ruck. So for those of you who want to show me love, the Black Widow said, you need to do a playlist of your shorts. So I have 95 shorts. I counted them. They're all on a playlist that says shorts. You can go onto my channel, look at my playlists, And if you want to run, and it'll take you about an hour and a half to do it, you put it on you put it on overnight. When you're asleep, and you're praying, you're concentrating on sleeping, and you can run that playlist, and I'll get 95 views from that. And it'll take your device about an hour and a half to run it. It would be the equivalent of running one of my long-winded live streams. Because every once in a while I will do an hour and a half, and then Uncle Al gets all over me about doing an hour and a half. He's my producer, so to speak. He said, "What the heck are you doing? Stick with the script and cut some of that stuff out." But Joseph Moore, thank you for coming, Joseph. And Hillbilly Josh Loftus. I recently decided, as soon as I finish with, and I'll get it done this weekend, I will get Scott's goodie box done. I'll finish it all up. I'll get it put together, and hopefully I'll have it uploaded as a premiere for this coming Wednesday. It'll be a 6:30 in the evening premiere. And it'll be probably a little less than 30 minutes, and I get long-winded and I start having fun with it and everything. You get to watch me eat food and talk about stuff. And and I really get a little verbose, and I do talk about stuff when I'm putting these segments together. Tends to be earlier in the morning. I'm a little bit sharper at that time. I say what I need to say. I talk about stuff, and I don't ramble, but I stick to targets, that I want to talk about. Uncle Al says, "Stick to the script, stick to the script." And I'm bad because I don't always do that. So after I get through with SD Mountain Man Scott's box, and I've sent him stuff before, and he sent me stuff before, my next two, and I'll probably flip a coin to see who's first, will be Joseph Moore and Hillbilly Josh Loftus. And if you want to see what I give, and you should know what I give because I do videos on it, and I change up a little bit sometimes. But right now, my target that I really feel like I'm helping people with, mom of 4 boys, welcome mom of 4 boys. My target that I really feel like I'm helping people with is I'm helping people when it comes to generating heat to boil water. Also, you can generate heat to heat a small room when it's real cold. So my go-tos, and I will show you again my go-tos. I will put, you get one of these, you get a 2-pack of Sterno, good stuff, the green Sterno. You can burn this inside, it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to, it's not going to, like, you're not going to blow up, and you're not going to methane or, carbon dioxide or whatever. It's not going to kill you. You can burn this inside. You can burn it outside. But also, if you're using a couple of these and you're burning it inside, it'll heat a small room, You burn a couple of cans of this, it'll heat a small room. So get that. And you'll get a one of these and one of these. This comes with 24 tabs, fuel tabs. You get an extra 24 fuel tabs. I do that. And that's real good for heating water, boiling water. I would not do that inside because it stinks. The fuel tabs, they stink. You want to do that outside where you got open air, or at least you're on a covered patio. You don't want to be in an enclosed space because it smells. I'm being truthful. But it is good for heating water. You can boil water with that. And you need to boil water to reconstitute freeze-dried food. You need water, you need to be able to boil water to make coffee, to make hot tea. There's a lot of uses for hot water, and you need to be able to heat water, and that's a good way to do it. So I always put those in these goodie boxes I'm giving out. and I will continue to do that for the near or foreseeable future. I think that's really important to be putting out when I do goodie boxes. If I do another round for the same people again, I will try to change it up with some other stuff that's prepper related that you do need to have. So I am trying to help you with your preps, you know. And like I said, I tell people the prices on things. I put examples of what stuff I buy on my community wall when I post. It'll have prices. I talk about that stuff. I try to give you guys heads up when there's a good price on something other. You can get it cheap, buy it. You can get stuff on clearance, buy it. You know if you are at all trying to survive in a emergency. Now there are people I know that are fairly well to do. Little Lone Prepper, welcome Little Lone Prepper. There are people I know that are fairly well to do. They're a little bit older. They're like me, maybe a little older than I am. And they basically state, well, if things get really that bad, we'll just die. We've lived a long life. And I don't know. I don't know. And Claudette, thank you for linking channels. I appreciate that. Claudette was one of my she was one of my winners. I forget which one she was. I can't remember. I can't remember. I was doing every 100, but she's won a box. I sent it to her. She's across the border up in Canada, and I may wind up sending her another goodie box in the foreseeable future. Please hit the like button. You were 600, okay, 600. That was almost 1,000 subscribers ago, and by God, I haven't been picking up very many subscribers lately. I really need to pick up my game. And you hit 1,200 the other day. That's great. You'll pass me before you know it. Well, I will tell you this that you asked. It costs about 3 times as much to send something right across the border to Canada as it does to send it anywhere in the continental United States. The boxes I've been sending cost around $20. When I sent that box to Claudette that I sent her, it was a little over $60 for shipping. And I don't begrudge it. I don't begrudge, what I spent. I just use it as an example to let you know that the postal service is just outrageous. Really. For what they did, for where it went. I don't know. It might have had to, the Queen of England might have had to, because Canada is a part of the Commonwealth. It could be that the Queen of England had to sniff it and put a stamp on it, and raise the flag and sing, whatever. I'm joking. But I mean, truthfully, it's disgusting. It really is disgusting. For mail to, and it's so expensive. I mean, I might understand, if I'm sending something up to Alaska, or sending it out to Hawaii where they gotta ship it or they gotta, whatever. But that's outrageous. It really is outrageous. Well, you might think yours has been slow, but mine's been slower. In the last 3 months, I picked up 15, 20 subscribers in the last 3 months. And I mean, I was averaging over 100 a month consistently for a long time. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Um, Belinda's Country Living. Belinda, I have been giving you some love. I've watched a couple of your videos. I think I watched one today. Might have watched 2 of them today. I can't remember. Um, They weren't that long. I think I watched one that was like 5 or 6 minutes, and I watched one that was like maybe 11 or 12 minutes. Left. Always leave a like and a comment. Always leave a like and I always leave a like and comment, and I encourage everybody. Always leave a like and a supportive comment when you watch somebody's stuff. Yeah, welcome to the shadow ban. I understand. I understand. It is disgusting, some of the stuff that we go through. And back to just talking about life and what's going on. I still have not had any contact with bus stop. It's been over a week. I don't know, and I've talked to some people and they've theorized it could be it could be he lost access to his public phone. He gets one of those phones that the government gives you. Could be he can't use that phone. It could be he got in trouble with YouTube about something other. You know, I don't know. I'd hate to think something bad happened to him. Lady Sky, how you doing, Lady Sky? Is he mad at you? I don't think he's mad at anybody. Well, he may be mad at Uncle Al. We were talking about that. He was talking about Uncle Al is always giving. Uncle Al gives advice. He gives me advice, and I take most of it. Most of it I take it seriously. He doesn't. He did not like the advice Uncle Al was giving him. You know, and I mean, I'd give him the same advice, but I'd say it a little bit nicer than Uncle Al will say it. And I was telling him, I said, I had people complaining. I'm doing fine. Um, I had people complaining about he's always talking about stuff smelling like poop. And he's always talking about poop. And nobody wants to hear about poop, you know. Nobody, nobody really wants to hear about that stuff. It's a fact of life. People do it every day, but you don't want to talk about it. Hey, Joseph, take care and say hello to your mother. Give your mother a kiss. Nobody knows how long we have our loved ones. So, I have got so many nice items that I can do reviews on. It's not funny. Just got another power station in that I had ordered. I got it for a third off. Normally it's $600. I bought it for $399. It's normally $599. I got it for $399 with tax, title, license, and delivery through Prime and everything. I paid like about $430 for it. It is a Blue Eddy, which is like great brand, really, really nice brand. It is a Blue Eddy EB70, which is more than twice the power of the EB3As that I purchased. I had bought an EB3A for my daughter, and my wife liked it, so I gave her that one. And I took the power station that I'd given my wife, which is the Go Power. Um, I took that one from her. I gave her the nice one, and then I've been looking at the EB70s, and I said, man, I'd like to have that one. That one's my size. That's me. That's a me one. But I didn't want to pay, and they had marked it down to the price that I got it at previously. Every so often they'll run a sale. And the thing about buying those things is you want to buy them when they're on sale. So I know what a sales price is, and they marked a third off. So I got it for $399, and I need to do an unboxing on it. But I've got a Petcron that's been sitting here a month or so longer than that one, which is a bigger unit, more powerful unit, and more powerful pure sine wave. I can run a microwave with it. I can run a refrigerator with it. You can do a lot more with it from, with the inverter power that it has. Um, I need to unbox that one first because I've had that one longer. And the funny thing about that is, I paid less for the Pecron than I did for the Blue Eddy. You know, if I told you what I paid for the Pecron, and I will, you would say, "You got that, and you only paid." Yep, yep. I paid $275 for the Pecron, and I'm gonna unbox it and do a video on it, and you'll say, "Wow, that's a great deal." Yeah, it was a great deal. I hit one of those, a little short, several hour, they're on sale for several hours, and they do that. They're trying to get rid of some inventory, and they're good. They're good. And I got it, and I paid $275 for it. And life is good. So, and not bragging or anything, but to me, paying less is something to brag about. Not paying more, like, well, I paid such and such and such and such. Well, yeah, it's a lot of money. If I can say I bought something similar and I paid less, I'm proud of that I paid less. You know. And you don't need power stations. They're luxury items. You don't need a power station. But you do need a means to heat. And you do need a means to heat water. And if you can buy one of these for a little over $10, foldable, and you can use these inside, but you buy one of these and you can use it outside, and it's a little, like $11. But you gotta use it outside. You don't want to use that inside. These you can use inside, because the sterno or the canned heat. You can go to Sam's, and Costco probably is the same thing, and you can buy 12 of these. These will burn for 6 hours. You can turn them on and off. It takes about 15 minutes to, less than 15 minutes to boil water. Each one of these will burn six hours. I can get a 12 pack of these for $20. And I got a bunch of 12 packs. And you light a couple of these up, it'll heat a small room. And so in an emergency, you can use this for heating. But you also, it's for boiling water. It's not that expensive. It's not that expensive. Let's see. What are we talking about here? Let's see. Yes, yes, yes. McDonald's is getting expensive. You go in there, it's going to pay $15 for a meal. That's expensive compared to what it used to be. Used to be, I would go buy a meal for less than $5. Now you're going to pay like $15. And to show you, I'll give you an example of people talk about how safe or unsafe places are. My uncle Howard, who's my father's baby brother, my father was 17 years older. My father was the eldest. Uncle Howard was the youngest. There were 9 of them. And my Uncle Howard is 93 years old. He was a peace officer. After he got out of the military, he went to Georgia State, got a bachelor's degree in business through the GI Bill. Never used it. He was a peace officer with Georgia State Police for 32 years. Now, as he got older, he did off-duty security. He would do off-duty security. I can remember being like, this was 50 years ago. 50 years ago. I can remember him and his wife and my cousins visiting when I lived in Corpus 50 years ago. And he talked about that he did off-duty security at McDonald's. And there was a McDonald's a couple of miles from our house in Corpus. Family McDonald's. They didn't have any security in there. They didn't have any problems in there. And I said, McDonald's pays to have, and this is like as a little kid, you work security at a McDonald's. I said, yeah, in Atlanta. Atlanta. So even 50 years ago, it was that was one of those places it wasn't too safe in Atlanta. He worked off-duty security, and a lot of police officers work off-duty security to make extra money. Sheriff's deputies, police officers, constables, different people. They will work after hours, evenings, and such. And they'll do shifts and such, or they'll do security at weddings or parties. Sweet 16s, quinceaneras, and various things. They'll have security. They do security at games that schools will pay to have an officer or two at a basketball game, at a volleyball game, at a football game. They'll have to have two or three officers at football games and such, and they pay. The school district will pay, and to try to make sure things are peaceful. It's like having a big dog, to guard your yard. Not the same thing, but similar. But that adds to the cost. Devil Dog Prepper. Hey, Devil Dog Prepper. I'm over here talking, not paying attention. You coming in. Good evening, Devil Dog Prepper. Thank you. So while I am off for the next 4 days, I will plan on trying to do some community wall posts and shout outs. I'll try to put out another short, maybe 2 shorts. Maybe I'll put out another video, a shorter video. If you have not watched my most recent short, which is probably going on a week old now, please watch it. Doesn't take long. If you haven't watched my most recent video, I did one which is like a shout out segment for SD Mountain Man Scott. It's about 2 minutes long. Please give it a view, give it a like, leave a comment to support it. Be appreciated. Spicy nuggets, nah. Uncle Al, I haven't stopped at McDonald's. Good Lord. It's been years since I've stopped at McDonald's. I don't do McDonald's. Every once in a while I do Whataburger. I'll stop at Whataburger once in a while. I get food at my Speedy Stop. They've got a grill. They make excellent cheeseburgers and French fries. .32-ounce Diet Coke. I'm old school. I don't drink Coke Zero. I get Coke Zeros from my wife, but I drink the Diet Coke, the old school Diet Coke. There's never been security at any food joints around here. Truthfully, you don't see too much of the local law enforcement. Well, there are places, like I said, I go to fast food places in Victoria occasionally. I've never seen any security in a fast food place. Our Walmart doesn't have security. They will hire, when they do like a Black Friday, they'll do like a Black Friday, after Thanksgiving. They'll have a couple of officers that they have at that time when they do the big sale. But they don't. No. I live in a red area that's pretty safe. They've got good law enforcement. Victoria's probably close to 70,000 population. It's not a big place. It's a nice place. did a video on nuggets. Okay. You know, I had them use garlic. Well, I actually had them use jalapeno bread. I'll do a community wall post showing what I ate, and I asked for a jalapeno bun, and they were out of them. They said, "Well, I've got jalapeno toast," so I had them do jalapeno toast. It was very good, and then they put jalapenos on it. In addition, I'm a big spice. I love spice. I love jalapenos. Well, I'm not really computer literate either. I have to do stuff on computer. Like these days, we take attendance using the computer system, gradebook. We do our grades in gradebook. We put the assignments in. We put the grades in. It averages for us. We can put a referral in if there's kids misbehaving. We can do a discipline referral. It's electronic. Everything's electronic. They've got forms that you can do for lesson plans and such. I'm not required to do lesson plans, but most teachers are required to do lesson plans because of the numbers that I have. I mean, I've got, I'm using that term too much. I have I have three sixth graders. I've got one seventh grader, and I've got two eighth graders right now. And I'm the teacher of record for the core courses plus social skills. And so, and academically, they're behind. These are not kids that are working at grade level. I can't give them grade level assignments. I can't go and use the lesson preps that are loaded up by the regular teachers because it's beyond them. Academically, it's beyond their abilities. So I have to, you know, work with stuff that's more simplified and at a level that they can do. And then there's also computer materials that they use, programs that they use, that you do a diagnostic test and then it starts spitting out work for them in reading and math at a level that they can do. And then it starts upping as they get a little better, it starts upping the level of what they do with it. It's called iReady. And the state of Texas and most states have assessments of how they're doing. In Texas, it's the STAR assessment. And they're worried right now, and they're tutoring the kids, and they're working with them and trying to get them to do better. They did benchmark testing to see where they're at, and they're going to be doing the state STAR test this coming month in April. And they know my kids are not going to, they know my kids aren't going to do well at it. I mean, they even test the life skills kids, the kids who are mentally challenged, the low IQ, mentally challenged kids. They test it, and a couple of my kids qualify for that. But they test them, and they're not going to, they're certainly not going to do well. It is what it is. Checking to see if anybody new came in that I haven't greeted. I'm talking and I'm not. And I hope I'm not too far off the script. Like stick to prepping, stick to prepping. Yeah, okay. So you know what I'm talking about. Okay. I enjoy it, and I watch Uncle Al's. He puts out 2 or 3 shorts every day, cooking related. I watch them. The food looks delicious, and he puts out really good content when it comes to his what he talks about. And he gives you good information on being prepared, prepping, preparedness. One of the things that I heard him, talking about, and I agree with him, is the idea of you carry a knife. Okay, I oftentimes carry a knife in my pocket. I have a folding knife. It's not a flipper, but you got to fold it out and you got to fold it to put it back. And it's a tool. A knife is a tool. It can be a weapon, but it's a tool. And the idea of, if you have to defend yourself, you don't want them to know you have a knife. You don't flash it. You don't wave it around. You know. Now, I guess if you're dealing with somebody who's incompetent and somebody who can be scared away by showing them a knife, I guess there would be a benefit to that. So you did not have to use it. Just the fact that you have it, if they see that you have one, might scare somebody off. It's like when they see you have a pump shotgun and you chamber around in a pump shotgun. It makes a distinct sound. And chances are they SHIT themselves and run the other direction. Otherwise, it's going to make a mess. But knives don't have the same deterrent as far as scare factor. Now, maybe if it was a sword, but knives don't have the same scare factor as a pistol or a shotgun. And you don't want to, if you're going to have to use a knife, you don't want them to see it. You don't want them to know what's happened. You don't let them see it. You use it. Distract them with this hand, and you stick it in them with this one. And they don't see it. You don't want them to see it coming. You don't want to give them an opportunity to block or to move away. If you're going to have to do it, do it. Don't brag about it. Don't say anything. Don't warn them about it. Just do it. And that's what Uncle Al was saying. Melinda Elliott. Welcome, Melinda Elliott. Yeah, that's not a knife. This is a knife. Yeah, he's got one of those big old bowies, Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. Thank you, Melinda. 11 in the house, 14 likes. Thank you so much. And thank you for being my wing. My wingman. Wing lady. Wing whatever, Thank you for helping me out, Claudette. I appreciate you. Idaho Garden Girl. Another wonderful channel. If you want to know something about hydroponics, aerial gardens, gardening, fruit trees, and such, Idaho is the whisperer. Yes. Idaho Garden Girl is the whisperer. And she's in the process of a move and remodeling, and and she's an educator. She's an educator, retired. I had a real nice hour-long talk with her recently. Been a while since I've talked to her, and we had a nice talk. Very nice lady. Very nice lady. And very intelligent. And she produces great content. If you're not subscribed to her, please subscribe her. And I may have missed, lately. I may have been neglecting your content, but I will get around to it, and I'll watch everything that you put out. I will make sure that I've watched everything. Same thing, with Uncle Al. I try to watch everything he puts out. And there are a lot of people who put out quite a bit of content, and I do the best I struggle. Like I was watching Shovelhead 8. He's up in Canada. Sean. He puts out nice cast iron Wednesdays and fired up Fridays, and he does, the challenge. He does a, cast iron challenge and such. I watch his stuff. I'm behind. I've been getting caught up. Play No Chuck. I'm behind on him. He's another good channel. Just like Scott, SD Mountain Man. I'm behind on Scott, but I'm behind on everybody. I don't have the time. And I spread it around, and I hit you here, and I hit you there, and I watch this, and I watch that, and I miss stuff. And it just is what it is. And I'm not watching television. I have Netflix. I have Hulu. I have what is it, Paramount or whatever from Prime, whatever Prime has. Is it Paramount? I have their channel. You know, I have all that. I pay for all that. I don't watch it. The wife and the kid do. Um, so that bridge that got knocked down in Baltimore, in the port of Baltimore, that cargo ship that lost power and then went into that bridge, and they had 6 or 7 casualties. They found some bodies. They're saying it's going to be a long time to get that get it cleared so you can get traffic through there. It's going to be a long time to rebuild that bridge. It's going to be very expensive. And a lot of your container ships come through there, and now they can't come through. So it's going to back up some stuff, and you're going to want to have some shortages. Most of the gypsum that comes in that they use for drywall, that goes through there. Some other materials that they get some imports gets going through there, and they may have to do some alternate, where they send it to. Stuff happens, and very tragic. But the same thing, you talk about being prepared with food items. A lot of the raw food materials we get imported. That war over in Ukraine is affecting that. It's not safe. That's just like those Houthi Muslim rebels, the terrorists. They support the terrorists, in Gaza and such. Um, they're making shipping. They're raising the cost of shipping. They're making them take detours, long way detours, and they're doing damage. And it raises the price of stuff. Likewise, India is not exporting rice. They were exporting something like 25% of the world's rice exports came out of India. And they said, we're not going to export rice because we can't get grains and certain things that we get out of Ukraine. So we're not going to export rice. What does that do? It raises the price up. Now, can you still buy it? Yes, you can still buy it. You can still get it, no problems. It's a lot more expensive now. The price has doubled in a couple of years. And you say, well, that's not that bad. Well, price is doubling. It's not that bad. It's just like, burgers, going to McDonald's. What does it cost to get a meal now? $15? Are you happy? Is that a happy meal for you for $15? For McDonald's? I make fun, but it's the truth. So, yeah, Naval Repair Center, a lot of stuff. Yeah. Yeah. They were talking about they came for somebody and nobody said anything. And they came for somebody else and nobody said anything. And at some point they came for me and there was nobody to say anything. Think about that. Think about that. Where would we be if we didn't have a Second Amendment? Where would the country be without a Second Amendment, without the Constitution being defended? And there are a lot of people trying to take down the Second Amendment. They're trying to say this and that and the other thing, and it's for the National Guard, it's not for individuals, and all this. The rich people, they got bodyguards. What the hell do they care about carrying a gun? They got bodyguards to carry guns for them. They're carrying automatic weapons. Must be nice. Well, we don't need walls, and they got big fences and wire and guards and all sorts of guard dogs and all sorts of crap around their mansions to keep people out. But no, we don't need along the border. No, that's racist. I know, watch it, David. The algorithm or the AI or the UFOs up there, somebody's going to be upset with you. Yes, that 16-ounce can of food is now a 15-ounce can of food. The food is smaller. Those 1/4 pound patties are now 1/8 pound patties. So me with burgers. I stopped at a burger place. And it's I don't even remember the name of the place, but it's a nice little. It's a mom and pop owned burger place. Drove to the drive-in, drove up and ordered. But, I'll take a. Do you want a regular? Do you want a medium? What do you want? Regular? Okay, what's that? I'm looking at it and it says 1/8 ounce. Like I was going to get a double. 1/8 ounce or 1/8 pound patty, 2 of them. So it'd be a 1/4 pound. No, I'll take the medium. So I got 2 1/4 pound. So I got a 1/2 pound, 8 ounces of meat. Hamburger, double meat patty. Paid a couple of dollars more for it. I said, a 1/8 pound patty, like a 2 ounce patty. What's up with that? So what's going on? Mr. Whistle, welcome, Mr. Whistle. Thank you for coming in, Mr. Whistle. I'm having a good time making fun. I'm having a good time making fun. I'm glad you're doing fantastic. So, I'm thinking about how can I relate the need. There are wants and there are needs. Everybody has a need to have a supply of food and bottled water. It is a need. It is not a want, it is a need. I don't know how to express the dire need that you have for bottled water and food. And they do not have to be expensive type foods. They can be inexpensive. Trina's this and that. Welcome Trina's this and that. And welcome Mike Crusher Reviews, and welcome Evelyn Official. FEMA, emergency management. They were saying you need a 3-day supply of food and water, and now they've upped it to a week. Wow. They want you to be prepared to take care of yourself for a week. And then they're going to come in, they're going to save the day. What is it that Ronald Reagan used to say? He said the scariest thing you could ever hear is that I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Lord have mercy. I'm from the government and I'm here to help. And there are people that they got the hand out. The hand is out. Who do you think's paying for that? Why is there a $35 trillion debt? Do you know what's a trillion? I never knew what $1 trillion was, and now all of a sudden there's trillions of dollars. $35 trillion national debt. Every person in the United States, man, woman, child, all 350 million, if you wanted to pay the national debt, each and every person that's breathing today would have to cough up over $100,000 to pay off the national debt. Your portion of the national debt. I don't know. Did I rack that debt up? I mean, I know I bought a home. I know I had a mortgage on my home. I had to pay for a home mortgage. I mean, I know I bought some vehicles in the past, and I wound up having a car loan, which paid off. Jocelyn's Vogue of Taiwan. Welcome, Jocelyn. Thank you for coming in. Good morning, young lady. Jocelyn is over on the other side of the world, and they are 13 hours ahead of us in Texas. So if it's right at 8 o'clock in the evening here, p.m., it's 9 o'clock in the morning over there. So did you hear that one? $35 trillion. You know, it used to be, if you could say, I'm a millionaire, man, you were rich. You were worth $1 million. You're rich. People wouldn't make $1 million in their lifetime. Total. You're rich. I look at the news and I look at the way they push certain things from the perspective. So, good Lord, do people actually think like that? Do people actually see things that way? They're happy when somebody fails. They're happy when something bad happens. They're happy. They're happy when they're proven right. I predict stuff. I can predict. Uncle Al predicts stuff. I listen to Uncle Al. He predicts things that are going to happen. Well, hell, it's not brain surgery. It's not rocket science. Things happen. I mean, I'll give you a prediction today. There's going to be some sort of major terroristic event in the near future, foreseeable future here in the United States. You can't have an open border the way we do, where God knows who's coming in by the millions. And you don't think there's some people who are up to no good that wish us ill that aren't coming across the border and they're not sneaking their weapons in? Look at what happened in Russia, in Moscow. They were having an outdoor a rock concert that was getting ready to start. The band hadn't started playing yet. I don't know how many people were there. It was a big venue. And 6 or 7 of these damn terrorists came through, automatic weapons that they had, and grenades, and they killed over 130 people. Wounded another 100 and some odd. And they did that in the name of their holy war and their God, and their God's not my God. Um, 18 likes, 11 in the house. If you have not left a like, please leave a like to support the channel. It'd be greatly appreciated. Whenever you go into somebody's channel and you watch a video, you watch a short, always leave a supportive comment. It doesn't have to be long. This so it gets the name of your channel displayed. That way they know who did it, and they'll come back, and if they have time, they'll come back and they'll watch some of your stuff, and they'll leave a supportive comment and a like on yours. Always leave a like. Always leave a like. It's good manners. So thank you for coming by, Jocelyn. I will come by. I've been supporting Jocelyn for years. She's been supporting me for years. Beautiful young lady. She's probably got 10, 11,000 subscribers right now. Makes my channel look small. So I often tell you, every day when you wake up, thank God for the day. You don't know how many days you have. There are young people dying. You know, athletes. Something happens, their heart stops. They have an aneurysm. You don't know. Nobody knows how many days they have. Every day when you wake up, thank God for the day. Thank God for the day. I say the Lord's Prayer every morning. I ask for blessings for my wife and my children. I have 2 daughters. And I pray for peace. I pray for health. Sometimes I pray for wisdom. Protection from evildoers. And I was a scout. I live by the scout motto, be prepared. I believe yes, little lone prepper, that's right. Yes. There's a limit to how much water you can store. You do need to have alternate sources. You do need to have a means to filter water. You need to have a means to test water. Water test, 20-in-1 test. 100 strips. Sorry, 130 strips. Having water tablets. Treat water. You can get liquid. You can get tablets. Having filters like a Sawyer, a Life Straw. You need to be able to filter water. Very important. Water can kill you. Dirty water can kill you. Want to die of dysentery? Horrible way to go with cramps. More people died from disease during the Civil War than died fighting in the Civil War. I mean, think about that. So when Little on Purpose says you should have like some sort of catchment system, yeah, I've got a setup like that. Catch rainwater. And trust me, you got to filter that stuff. Thank you for coming in, Utah Mike. Appreciate it. Thank you, Holly Ivans. Appreciate it. Thank you, Belinda's Country Living. Appreciate it. So, treat people the way you want to be treated. And remember that life is good, but it is what it is. Plan, inventory, shop, learn, collect. 19 likes. If I can get one more, I'll hit 20. Treat people the way that you want to be treated. Lead by example. Tell your loved ones you love them. You don't know how long you have with them. Be cognizant of what's going on. Learn. Take care of yourself. If you take medication, make sure you take it. Eat right. Try to avoid, abusing your body. Doing things you shouldn't do. So many people are dying of drug overdoses, alcohol poisoning, fentanyl, bad stuff. And don't want to end on a downer, but I will be back tomorrow. It's Friday, it's day off. I'll try to get some more stuff done. And I'll plan on doing another coffee talk in the evening. Try to get Scott's box done. Finish up the video, get it loaded up so it'll be a premiere next Wednesday, 6:30. I appreciate everybody who supports me. I run a lot. I run a playlist last night. I need to go back and put some comments to it. Leave likes and comments. They ran. I'll run another one tonight. I'm trying to spread the love around. I support those who support me. Everybody treat people the way you want to be treated. And everybody have a blessed day, and hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow for another edition of Coffee Talk. Thank you. And howdy, SD. You came in a little late, but we'll see you. And we'll talk to you later. Trying to get your box done. Good night, everybody. God bless.